Hi, I'm Ernie,
I'm Kristina.
and we're here at Sunwarrior's headquarters in St. George, Utah, and we've had the great pleasure of having Kristina here for the last several days.
Yes. It's been amazing. Sunwarrior is one of the best plant-based supplement companies, protein supplement companies, and I have had the honor of getting to come to meet the team and go on excursions and do a ton of brand ambassador activities, and it's just been so great. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So, just recently you received an award from YouTube.
I did. I got my gold button because I recently surpassed 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
It's huge.
And also on Instagram. So they gave me a gold button, and I received it the morning that I left to come here.
So in learning more about you for the last several days, the button, how big is that to you?
You know, the funniest thing is that I've been doing this for almost 13 years now. So for me, I almost feel like that button came a long time ago, but I just received it. It was like a really late mail on the gift or something. But I think it's exciting because for me, it lets me know my message is being spread.
Yes.
And I'm getting to touch a bunch of lives and help 1 million people. Legit. And it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, so before we go deeper into the interview, let us tell you where you can find Kristina. FullyRawKristina with a K on Instagram and also on YouTube. Is there a better way to type that?
That's just FullyRawKristina. That's it. One word. Thank you.
Yeah. Seriously, it has been so nice to hear and learn more, just not about her, but who she is and what she represents. Just a few minutes ago, you were on the phone. I was eavesdropping.
Oh,
you were
okay.
helping someone. And it's about food.
Yes.
So this is what you do on a daily basis.
I do it all the time, nonstop. Yes.
And do you have a lot of people who, in their household, they have some people who are trying to do something fresh, new in their diet?
Yes, absolutely. Every day, people trying to transition, needing support, needing family support, trying to find things that taste good. The benefits of doing this lifestyle are really endless. And I think most people know why they want to do it. They want to get to feel better, to have better digestion or clear skin or have their hair grow longer. They just want to sleep better, feel better, lose weight. Most people know their why, but when you ask somebody how, they're like, I don't know how. And that has become one of my things, is helping people discover their how as well, so that they can bridge the gap between point A and point B and have success in their health journey.
So you touched on a word, lifestyle. And yesterday we talked about lifestyle
all about it.
versus diet.
Yes.
So what's the difference and why is it important to have a difference between the two?
I've said from the very beginning that I truly believe this is a lifestyle and not a diet, because I think it's very mainstream in society right now. The word diet almost has a negative connotation. Diet means you adapt a certain way of eating for a short period of time and then you go back to your regular habits of eating. And a lifestyle is more of a long-term goal or a transformation for yourself so that you can get the results that you want. It's making a conscious choice to practice an act of health daily, and it becomes a part of your life, not just something that you have to do, or I'm only doing it for another few days. It's like, no, I want to commit to this. I want to feel good. I want to change my life. I want to help inspire other people. This is now a part of my life.
So it must be easier for you because you grew up on a raw food vegan diet.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. No, I did not grow up on a raw vegan diet. My mother is Lebanese. My father is Ecuadorian. I grew up on mainly Lebanese food. For those of you who don't know, it's basically just olive oil and meat, and on my father's side, chicken, beans, and rice. And I actually didn't eat fruits or vegetables growing up, not that much. So if you can imagine that, look at where I am now. I did not grow up on it. When I was 16, I was diagnosed with hyperglycemia, and then when I was 18, I decided to go raw vegan in one night to try and reverse it, and I did in time. And that was the beginning of my journey.
So in one night, you went not just vegan, you didn't slow step it for several months.
Yes, I went fully raw in one night, but I never said, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life and it's now or never diet. It was more so, I was desperate to feel better. I had just gotten out of the hospital just a few days prior from my diabetes, and I knew that I was at rock bottom and I was only 18. Like, can you imagine? And I knew I didn't want to live the rest of my life feeling that way. And when I had run into John Rose at the grocery store, he'd recommended that I ate peaches, one fruit for 2 weeks, and I chose peaches. And so I knew that I wanted to give this a try because I was willing to try everything. I had already tried everything that doctors had told me to do. So I knew this was my first shot at trying something alternative. Was it gonna work? I don't know, but I gave myself 14 days. And after 3 days of eating nothing but peaches, I felt better.
Wow, that fast you were able to receive a result.
Yes, and it took me about 1.5 years to reverse my diabetes completely, but well worth it. And what kept me going was every single day I was feeling so much better up until then. And so, yeah, now I feel great.
You feel awesome.
Here we are 13 years later.
Now, yesterday we also talked about disciplines.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that you love the word discipline.
Okay, I like the word discipline, but I don't think of this lifestyle as a discipline because most people think of diets as discipline, right? Like, this is something that you want to enjoy. This is a freedom for me. Like, this is actual health freedom. And when I think of diets, I think of limiting what you're eating, limiting the amounts. It's, you're counting calories. It feels restrictive. And I'm all about health freedom. So for me, it's a discipline, yes, but it's more of a learning experience because once you get the hang of preparing the foods and figuring out how to incorporate it into your life, it should be fun. And it should be something that you naturally want to do and that you're drawn to do, not just because you have to do it because you made a commitment. I'm excited to eat raw every morning when I wake up. I'm just like, oh, fruits and vegetables again today. It's a gift, it's a blessing. What a blessing it is to be able to connect with your food and with nature and with yourself as well.
So you feel liberated that every morning you get to make that choice, which we live in such an incredible time where everybody has access to fresh fruits and vegetables, but you make other choices that also liberate you. This diet or this lifestyle not only liberated you from illness, but you also are liberated to do other things like running.
Yes.
Would you have been a 6 to 7 mile a day runner without that?
No, the answer is no, only because when I was younger and in high school, I was always the last kid in PE class, and I was never physically able to do these things. And once I started eating fully raw, I ended up feeling so good and having so much energy. It started off with just me going on walks. I was like, I can go for walks outside. And then maybe, after a long period of time of taking walks, I just remember one day I just started jogging. I was like, I'm jogging. Because before, if I jogged for 3 minutes, I'd be wheezing after the end of it. And I naturally built up to be able to run 6 to 8 miles every day. And now I don't even think of it as that time of day where I have to run. I consider it to be my me time because it's that time where I get to go out in nature and breathe and move my body. And it's almost a natural meditation for me. So I call it my me time. And I've gotten very into hot yoga as well lately that I've become obsessed with.
Yeah, can we talk about your routine? Because
Sure.
How strict is it? Do you have your things that you do every single day or most every day?
Oh, the word strict. No, I choose to do these things. I guess if the outsider looking in, were looking at my schedule, they'd be like, she's really intense. And even Ryan's behind the camera, he was like, you never stop. I was like, no, I don't want to. I love everything that I'm doing. And sometimes I feel like there are not enough hours in the day for me to fit it all in because I know that for me to feel on top of the world, I'm like, I gotta run, I gotta do yoga, I gotta eat my fruits today, I gotta do this today, I've gotta journal, I've gotta ask myself how I'm feeling. They don't come in any specific order. It's more so I just know that when I fit them all in my day, I feel my best.
Yeah. So one of the things that we also see from your videos, if you haven't seen her videos, go check out her videos. They are so phenomenal. Educational, fun, bright.
Thank you.
You feel your energy coming through, so it's so awesome. But one of the things that I love watching is you select your music.
I do.
So tell us about your music and what that does for you.
Yes, I select my music, and as well I have a playlist on Spotify that people like to follow because it's the music that I run to and that I do yoga to, and I always like to share uplifting music that changes your state. I love music as long as it doesn't degrade women, or if it's, headbanger rock that gives you a headache. I typically love anything with a good beat and that it has positivity in it. And so Tony Robbins says this as well, like in all of his seminars, but if you find good music and if you can really listen to it, it can change your state. And if you get up and you move with your music, it changes your complete physical, mental, emotional state as well. And so if I'm feeling sad, I'll find a happy song and put it on, and I'll try to shift my state. Or if I'm in a great mood and I want to be in more of a mellow mood, I mean, music affects your states at all periods of time. Yeah.
So some other things that you do besides running and yoga for your mindset to be able to change your mood, because sometimes we all feel crappy or maybe depressed. You shared some stories, very personal stories, but what other tools do you have in the Kristina bag that allows you to shift your mindset when it's just not so?
I really like to journal. Oh my gosh, I feel like there's so many to this that I don't even know where to begin. I do love to journal, and I love to evaluate myself emotionally on the daily. Like, I truly believe in taking responsibility for our thoughts and how we feel at certain moments in time. I've really gotten into a place where I like to empower myself on the daily. And even just by working out, eating well, exercising, those are all self-empowering tools that can teach you how to connect back to yourself and to love yourself. Most people don't take the time to sit down and evaluate their emotions on the daily and whatnot, but there's so many different things you can do, whether you like listening to positive podcasts or reading books that may be inspirational to you to offer advice, or talking with a friend, or sitting down face on and asking yourself, why am I scared? And asking yourself the difficult questions that maybe perhaps have been keeping you from moving forward. But I feel like that's the work, right? Like, that's the important work. And all of these other things that you're doing only complement that more. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it really does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually leads into something we talked about yesterday as well. You mentioned connection.
Yes.
So whether you're connecting with your friend or a friend, or you talked about me time, which is connecting with yourself,
yes,
or connecting with nature when you go out on your runs. This connection, one of the things that we believe here in Sunwarrior is that our mission is to nourish and transform the planet. And it's by taking personal responsibility. If we don't feel good, we have the power to change that. And Kristina is helping so many people by doing the exact same thing. We're proud and so happy to have you here and to be sharing this same mission. She's so phenomenal.
Thank you.
But can we talk more about connection? Because I know
Sure.
we ended this yesterday as we tried to do
Yes.
a live video, but I want to hear your words about connection.
So what we were talking about yesterday was the path to self-love in regards to connection, and also in regards to mental health, which has been a huge deal lately in the media with so many people committing suicide, unfortunately. And we were talking about how important it is to have connection. And that's something that really brings people joy and gives people life purpose and meaning, is to just have connection, whether it be with other people or yourself or the environment. Connection is an incredibly powerful word, because when you feel that you're connected in general, you have something to look forward to. You have something to share. You have something in common with other person. You feel cared for, nurtured, nourished as well. And for me, I truly believe that a raw vegan lifestyle was my gateway drug in a way to understanding what it is to love myself and to have that kind of connection. And I truly believe that when people begin to take care of their bodies, that connection becomes more apparent. And even if you don't love yourself right now, it doesn't even matter, because as you eat these foods, they nourish you on such a deep level that even if you hated yourself when you were eating these foods, you learn that eating those foods is an act of self-love, which means you really do love yourself and you are making efforts to connect back to your source, to feeling good. And when you have a strong connection with yourself, you can better be there for other people. And then that's where impact really happens. That's when you really begin to inspire other people and change lives. And yeah, so that's my take on connection. I could talk about that all day, but I won't.
Well, one of the things you also said is that as we are connected, not only when we connect with ourselves and with nature, that we realize that we're all connected as one. Like, we are all made of the same stuff, which
Absolutely.
science, as it progresses, it used to be it was matter, and then it was energy, and now it's light. And this light, all it is information, and we're just bits of information, and we all share it, and
Yes.
we're all part of the same stuff.
Yes.
So it's very exciting to...
We're all one.
We are all one.
But at the end of the day, when you realize we all feel the same emotions, but in a different way, or maybe with a different circumstance or story, it makes you realize we are all connected in that way. We can all share our story, and we all have the ability to heal and transform ourselves and have compassion in moving forward.
So no matter where someone is at in their journey for health, they have options.
Yes.
And so they can tune into your channel, whether it's Instagram, and you're going to love all of the videos that you find on YouTube. But no matter where you're at, Kristina is here to help. Sunwarrior is here to help. Let us help you travel further in your journey, make the progress that you want. One of the things that I noticed with you about your energy, you have it all the time. I've never seen a downtime. And so a raw food diet, though, it doesn't take as much energy to digest the food. And so
Correct.
would you say that that's a big part of it?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And yes, I have so much energy just eating the food, and I believe that my body conserves a lot of energy as well, because drinking smoothies, like right here I have my Sunwarrior chocolate cherry banana smoothie again. My body conserves energy, and I save time by not having to put so much effort into digesting food. And I don't know, just feeling so good. What else am I going to do with that energy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Another thing that I think I've noticed about you is that you seem to always be present.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So I know a lot of times people will be thinking about the past or the future or something that is a distraction, and that's a huge consumption of energy. And so I see you're just a shining example of how to conserve energy and just be able to share the energy that you have. So anyway, we're so glad to have FullyRawKristina in-house at Sunwarrior. Again, go check her out on Instagram and on YouTube.
Bye.
See ya.